Hello, and welcome to week 3 of Human Resource Management. By now, I'm sure you recognize my face and my voice, but you may not recognize where we are broadcasting from. Obviously, we're on a beach somewhere in the South Pacific and taking our Veterans Day holiday very seriously here. I hope you're prepared for week number 3. We're moving right along. We're approaching time for our midterm next week. So it's important to keep up with your assignments and pay attention to the instructions that I'm providing for you. Today's lecture is a little bit longer in that I'm covering not only the assignment but also going into the Kaiser Library. So give yourself a few more minutes for this, but I think you'll find it useful if you have ever experienced any difficulty working with the library. I look forward to seeing you guys, talking to you in class this week, and seeing your discussion posts and responses. Keep up the good work, and good luck. Now, before we get started with our assignments for this week, I thought it might be a good idea to introduce a little bit of levity, pointed levity, let's call it, into the discussion of employee fairness and discrimination. So here we go with week 3. Again, we're working with chapter 3 exclusively. It's the only one. This deals with employee fairness and legal compliance. As you'll find as you read the chapter, a lot of what HR does is try to protect the organization from lawsuits because of discrimination and unfair labor practices. So we're going to be looking at it from the standpoint of the employee and whether the employee is being treated fairly. As usual, we have 2 assignments. We have discussion posts and we have the article review. First, we'll take a look at the discussion, and the title of this one is Organizational Justice, and it takes the perspective that many employees, they say 70%, are dissatisfied with their jobs, and one of the main gripes is they feel they're being unfairly treated by the management. So the basis for your discussion, your initial post, should be to use an example of some sort of injustice or unfairness that you've experienced at some work you've been, and what sort of actions the organization could take so that employees are treated more fairly. Now again, before you decide to answer this question, I'm sure this immediately leaps to mind things that you felt were unfair. I want you to read the chapter first. Okay, this isn't just your own opinion. You need to understand what the author perspective on this particular issue is before you start writing. And again, we're now in Safe Assign territory, so your draft has to be submitted to Safe Assign. When you get it back, making the adjustments necessary, and then your final post goes to Safe Assign, and that's what I'll be looking at. Be sure you're using the reply button on the initial posting at the
very top. Many of you are posting your initial response as a reply to one of the other students, and that makes it very difficult for me to figure out what exactly you're responding to or where your initial post is. When you're going to write your initial post, after you've done your Safe Assign, make sure that it goes to the reply button under the initial assignment. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the article review requirement. The assignment is for you to go to the Kaiser Online Library, and I'll talk a little bit about that in case you're kind of having problems with that. You're to find a journal article associated with any of the topics that we're looking at this week. Now again, we're in chapter 3, and I want you to make sure that your article is coming from something in chapter 3. Lots of things: discrimination, harassment, compensation, all kinds of things fall under this topic, but I got to be able to see that it's coming from chapter 3, the article that you choose. Also, do not choose an article that one of your classmates has chosen. Pick your own.
and then post your review and comment on at least one review posted by a classmate. So in a way, it's kind of like a discussion. You discuss the article, and then you respond to the post by your classmates. So using the online library. Now, I would assume that you've done this before, so this is going to be rather fast. Okay. You'll notice the website that you go to is the KESU-verso.auto-graphics.com. That'll bring to this page. Then you use your username and your password to enter into the library. Once you're in the library, then you have a choice of all the different resources that are available. Well, because we're in a business program, you might want to choose a database that has business articles in it. So why don't we choose this top one here, the EBS co-host databases for allied health and business. Once you choose that and continue, then you'll get this page. Now again, you can choose any or all of these to base your search on for your article that you're looking for, but at the top one we have Business Source Complete, so it might be a good idea to just use that one. Now you end up on this screen, and the next step is to enter some search criteria to pick out the type of articles from these journals that you might be interested in. I just happen to choose employment discrimination as my topics to search for, and you'll notice I also checked the category for scholarly journals, so we don't want things coming out of popular magazines, things that haven't been peer-reviewed. And again, this is a requirement, so to limit your search to those things, simply check that box. Based upon that search, we get a series of articles. All, as you can see, are coming from academic journal. Okay. At this point, you can choose any one that you think you would like to review. It's a good idea to look at the ones that have PDF full text. That means you're going to be getting the entire article rather than just a portion of it. But I would recommend at this point searching. This page shows one of the first 10, but actually our search of employment discrimination brought up 6,337 academic journal articles that you could probably use in your analysis for your review. This is what you get if you choose the discrimination in the workplace article. It comes from Advances in Management, and so here you have all the information that you'll need to create your reference. It's a PDF file so that you can print it if you want, you can enlarge it to be able to read it. It's pretty much available for you to use as you will at that point. Again, this would be any of the articles you could choose from that last search. So that pretty much covers it. When you've finished your article review, do the analysis, do the writing, do the revisions, run it through SafeAssign, do the reference checking to make sure you're not plagiarizing, and then submit the final copy. So the keys to success for week 3, and everything is getting better. You all seem to be doing a better job. In the discussion post, try to be original. I get very tired of reading the same thing written 12 different times. So look for something possible. Read the previous posts. Avoid posting the same observations as 10 other people have already done. Post early before all the good ideas get used up. And if you want a response from me, I'm much more likely to respond to earlier posts earlier in the week than last-minute posts that are coming in at 11:58 on Sunday night. So that's with regard to all posting, not only this week, but all the posting in the future. With regard to the journal article review, make sure you're choosing an article from a qualified academic journal. Won't be accepted if it's not, but like I showed you in the library search, as long as you check the box for academic journals, that's all that it'll show you. Next, I would recommend choosing a topic that interests you. Choose an article that when you look at the first page you think you can understand it. Be careful using your references. Remember, if you mess up in your APA references, that's going to count against you. And finally, remember, in addition to simply summarizing the article, telling us what you thought it said, you are required to add your own ideas to it. You've got to do a little bit of analysis and critical thinking. Okay? This might actually work well to combine with some of the things you wrote on your initial post and the discussion posts, to be able to apply it to the journal article and see whether you agree or disagree with the authors. So that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions about using the library or problems with the class, you know how to get in touch with me. If something happens that you don't understand, again, you can call the help desk or email the help desk or come to me and I'll try to guide you on the right path. So good luck in week 3.